Hello, this is Retro Zucchini 1. Just testing the sound here. Okay,
From a distant land in the east, from across the sea,
now
he shall appear.
I
He does not
recorded
know of the
a lot of,
strength hidden within him.
you know,
The strength that
information
would
about,
destroy him. The strength
uh,
that would fulfill his wishes.
like
When he is ready,
these
he shall seek me
unofficial
out,
claims that
and we
I
shall
have
ride together the rocky path.
concerning
I
Shenmue
shall wait.
and
This
this,
encounter has
you
been
know,
my destiny since ancient
and
times.
Bandai Namco too,
A dragon
but
shall emerge from the earth,
it's kind of
and
all
dark clouds shall
wrapped
obscure
together.
the heavens.
It's like
A
all
phoenix shall
together in
descend from
one
above.
bunch.
Its wings will create a purple wind.
And that's,
In the midst
you
of a
know,
pitch black night,
uh,
a morning star
that's
shall
how I
rise
had to
up
explain it.
from
You know, it's
beyond.
like I did something for the game industry, and I did something for the martial arts world, and I did something that changed the world 29 years ago. And it was a positive impact on the world, I think, really. But when you're not officially compensated, when you're not officially given what was promised to you in a martial arts undocumented degree, uh, it's not easy to accept. It's not easy to accept at all because it is wrong
From a distant land
to
in
not
the east,
receive what I earned,
from across the sea, he shall appear. He does not know of the
knowing
strength
that I
hidden within
contributed
him.
a lot to this
The
Shenmue
strength that would destroy him.
with the
The
fight
strength
choreography,
that would fulfill his wishes.
with
When he is
the
ready,
things I would
he shall
say
seek me out,
in the locker
and we
room,
shall
changing
ride
room,
together the rocky
whatever.
path.
I didn't get none of
I
that.
shall wait.
None
This
of my
encounter has been my
royalties that the
destiny
teacher told
since
me he was going to
ancient
give to
times.
me that
A
year.
dragon shall emerge
He
from
told
the
me he'd give
earth,
that to me.
and dark clouds
And
shall
what's he do?
obscure the heavens. A phoenix shall descend from above. Its wings will create a purple
You know,
wind.
this guy is like not really an
In the
upstanding
midst of
guy
a
to me
pitch black
sometimes.
night, a
Oh,
morning star shall glisten
I
from
don't think
beyond.
anybody's perfect. As perfect as this karate teacher might have seemed to me, I'm starting to realize now he's not. He's not. And I shouldn't cover up for him when, I'm a minor, you know, I guess I let it go that one day that he punched me in the back when I had left the locker room. There are no witnesses, I guess. I let that go. I had to let it go when at first, when he struck me in the bathroom, he choked me in the restroom. This karate teacher named Raymond Savoy, I'll just say his name. He did choke me. He was testing me. He was claiming. Uh, I didn't know what to do, how to get out of his
From a
chokehold,
distant land in
so I
the
bit his
east,
hand
from across the sea,
at the
he
time.
shall appear. He does not know of the strength hidden
And,
within him. The
you know,
strength that would destroy him.
it's
The
not like he
strength
was
that would
kissing
fulfill his
me
wishes.
and he's a
When he
girl,
is ready, he shall
no,
seek me out,
but this
and we
guy
shall ride
actually
together the rocky
was
path.
choking me in the bathroom. The first time
I shall
I
wait.
met him, he
This
must have thought
encounter
I
has
was an
been
adult.
my destiny since ancient times.
He must
A
have thought I
dragon shall
was
emerge from
uh,
the earth, and dark
18
clouds shall
or
obscure the
20 or
heavens.
like he probably
A
considered me
phoenix
like
shall
I was
descend
on
from
his police
above.
force
Its
on a
wings will
SWAT team
create
or
a
something,
purple
that one of
wind.
those units, but
In
I'm
the
just a
midst of a
14-year-old
pitch
minor.
black night, a morning
I
star
know I
shall
come in the
rise up,
dojang
alone.
training like I'm an impressive Don, I'm an impressive Muay Thai guy. I look like that with my skin tone, and I look that way, I appear that way, but truth is that I'm not all those things, but I do seem like all those things. it's like the flip side of the coin says I am those things. So they got confused, those Don guys. They were all eager to know me. They all wanted to know me. I cannot help that I'm only 14 years of age, and I fool them with my talent. I fool them. I did not mean to fool anybody, making people think I'm a Don. I'm a black belt. I'm an achieved, incredible person.
From a distant land in the east.
Really, I'm just starting out in the martial arts, and I'm really, really good at it. According to my karate teacher Raymond, he says he's naturally gifted. So if I'm a naturally gifted student, that would mean I'm a white belt, and I did all these things that were very impressive. So for me to get choked in the bathroom, I'm kind of wondering why I did some of the things I might have did in the year 1995 also. If I had to testify this in court, I would. Like teacher, like student. Why would I do these things? Why would I do anything that's maybe in somehow in relation to what he did to me? What happened, the incidents that happened, I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that other than what my truth is. So these claims are about I know they're contradicting the disclaimer, but at the same time, my moves and my history and my fight choreography, I recorded it, some of it again, and put it on the internet 20 something plus years later because that's reflecting my past. Okay. Well, looks like I cannot play Shenmue, maybe. So anyway, I didn't play through Shenmue 1 yet, but if I get the time to do it, I guess you could say I'll do it. So it's not going to let me play the game. Okay. Alright. So, I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps maybe I'll just play through Shenmue 1, start the broadcast. Okay. So, yeah, this broadcast, I'm just going to save this broadcast for historical purposes. And even though I cannot play the game, let this be on the record for what has happened historically when I was training Shubakdo when I train this art in, in the States, let this be in my history that, you know, I had to, uh, I had to say these things, but it looks like I cannot play the game here and kind of go along with the game. I beat Shenmue 1 already so many times, uh, but I can't use a feature of playing the video game of Shenmue 2 right now at this time. But like I said, let this be known that according to my history and training, uh, okay, so I handled these situations with my teacher like a man. And I did not, whimper or whine about it or anything for 29 years. I didn't say nothing about this. But I finally come online and admit this now because this is correlating all to my history. That would mean, it means like, why did I do what I did? Why did I say what I said? I said it because it was true, and I'm doing these things I'm doing online. I'm doing the moves because I'm trying to claim the compensation that I was never receiving. I never received it because to me it's like somebody committed intellectual property fraud. And it was not me, but it was somebody else. Because that's supposed to be my intellectual property concerning this Shenmue, concerning Tekken's Bandai Namco Jin Kazama character, and then we got Sega Cosmic Kiryu. We might have other games that they use my likeness for, but the parts that I know for Tekken and for Shenmue and Tekken, they've copied my moves and my likeness and parts of my medical history. That to me, according to the legal system and intellectual property, if you look these truths up, they're supposed to pay me for using my likeness. See, the likeness is the key because martial arts is not martial arts is not dance choreography. It is fight choreography, but it's technically not dance choreography. You see, so they cannot technically pay me for dance or for, maybe they can. See, I don't know how to explain it. Like I did my research on this earlier this year and last year and the year before, and the lawyers told me different truths about what I did and did not do. The teacher does know that they use my likeness. And let me say, I don't hate that teacher. I don't hate him. I forgive the man, and I forgive the people that wronged me. But at the same time, I'm needing my money. Because I achieved this is what I achieved over the years. This is what I did with my life. And then what do I get for it? I get insulted. I get mocked. I get people showing off all around me, making fun of me. And I don't think any of that is right at all. Well, if you know me, and if you know what my life has been like in Michigan, and let me say this, the way I say in Michigan, I don't hate Michigan. I don't hate living here. I don't hate the people here, but I hate the way my life has to be because someone else had to claim what I didn't know to claim, or what I was not informed of, or whatsoever. I know I lost my memories. I went through a stage of my life where I experienced amnesia. And that means like a memory, like a trauma caused me to lose my memories. So what did I do? I meditated. Meditation could be my memories came back to me. So let me say, in other words, I do, how to explain it. There's cultures that, you know, or people that would not forgive people that have done something wrong to them, or have done something that, you know, offended them. I do have forgiveness inside me, but I just am not wanting to be understanding or accepting of the people that, you know, it's like their way is to not give me the right respect for the credit that I deserve for what I achieved, for what I earned, for what I contributed. Um, I had one or two copies of this degree. Might have had two. But then again, I did not get this degree in my possession at the right time. Like when I started to train the Japanese martial arts, ninjutsu around here, there was a ninjutsu place I was training martial arts with. I had this degree for so many years before I started training that art. I was looking for that for years. And both of those degrees, or one of them, vanished from my room for many years. I believe there was maybe two of them, two copies. And then what happens is I don't see it for a lot of years. And then I forgot what that degree meant. I'm all, like, how to really explain this? Whenever I would play Shenmue, I would play Shenmue, and I would know that, well, this was like the way I used to look, this Ryosuke. I used to look like this guy. I used to have a gluteus maximus, hamstrings, quadricep muscles, biceps, pectoral muscles, abdominal muscles, looking just like Ryosuke. And you know how some people that are Hispanic origin or Asian origin, they look alike? Well, it works both ways like that, You could say I'm like a Filipino man, maybe to some cultures, because in the Philippines they have Spanish in their background, they have Asian in their background, and they're really good in the martial arts. Some of those people that do martial arts, it's, I figured this all out about my history over time. I started to realize, why do I like Shenmue? Why do I like it? Why am I drawn to it? But for me, it's different. For me, it's different because I experienced the power that this game emulates in a video game, which I had more talent and power that they don't show in Shenmue, actually, in those VHS tapes. So I'm giving you a lot of vital information about, I'm giving people information that would make others, or maybe some people, question, why does he say this? Why? And the reason is it's true. It's just, and I'm trying to avail this to hopefully gain the mercy of those who are holding this evidence out there. They're holding this evidence of the VHS tapes. Somebody has that in their possession, I believe, still. Whether it be Sega, whether it be Bandai Namco, whether it be a neighbor or an old friend that was a girlfriend, I don't know. There's reasons why I correlate all these, collaborations in my history that are linked to the United States Subakdo Mudo-Kwan Federation. And I'm clearly trying to explain the truth about this. But what I'm up against is like government entities too, I believe, because that Karate Federation I mentioned, the United States Subakdo, they're a non-profit organization under the government, and they're affiliated with the IRS somehow. Do your research on what I'm talking about, everybody. Shenmue is a $47 million project to a $70 million project of Shenmue 1 and 2. What was now the way they've got that money, $47 million to $70 million, according to the truths on Wikipedia that the majority says. The Japanese people and entities such as the Japanese government and aka also known as other sources perhaps have paid into this Shenmue to accumulate 47 mil to $70 million for the first installments of Shenmue 1 and 2. Now Shenmue 2 has the next kicking string that I do also on my YouTube channel with a Kyokushin Karate tornado kick, aka Taekwondo tornado kick. I can still do some of these moves really. The form is really good sometimes. It's just I can do these moves, and you can tell that I've done and I've achieved this honor in my history with just a slight piece of paper, but it's just the credit I was supposed to receive, what I was supposed to be acknowledged for all this, has gone to the wrong sources, in my personal opinions. And okay, so another truth I believe, I'm believing that I was supposed to have an LLC given to me, perhaps, in that degree maybe, and then I don't know where that LLC went to. Maybe somebody made an LLC for me, if that's possible, because, see, you have to have an LLC to claim this kind of thing too. Now, I'm wondering what happened. A lot of this on my YouTube channel is based on speculation. It's based on, assumptions, speculation. What do I know? What do I think? More that I could know. Seeking these truths out takes quiet time, takes, sound mind. It takes considerate amount of thinking that, to consider the amount of thinking I need to think, I have to be calm and I have to understand myself and my real history in my lifetime. Now, this is supposed to be my legacy, Shenmue. But I could explain really furthermore why I did not follow through with these expectations my teachers had for me. But I don't have, what I don't have, I'm not availing all the information that I would like to sometimes, but to really be this iconic martial arts person that would be like an entertainer maybe in a movie or something more, maybe less, you have to have the right support of your friends and family, both of those people, because when your family's not there, your friends are, if they're really a true friend. And that's something more that I don't always talk about, because that gets more personal. That's interpersonal aspects of my life. And that's what in actual, reality, I do excuse these karate teachers for not helping me as much as I would like them to help me. I do kind of excuse that. But at the same time, I know that I had a real document and maybe a couple, 2 or 3 copies of this document that's the undocumented degree. And then if all of a sudden over the years it just vanishes from my possession, just copies. And then, and then the fact that there's a wedge. I don't like to talk about that wedge. This wedge, it's a problem because these teachers don't want me to say nothing, probably, but at the same time, I'm not wanting to say nothing either. But when I don't have enough evidence to make my claims more real, that's what my biggest problem is, because I'm trying to desperately find the small amounts of evidence that are out there. Any evidence that I can create with my own history that doesn't go away in my mind and body concerning the moves of Shenmue, the fight choreography that I used to do 29 years ago that I talk about in retrospective. I talk about that, and I do it again 29 years later because I remember that. Some memories never go away, and those memories did not go away. So all these truths I talk about, they can only mean that I'm honest. They can only mean that I've done these things, and I'm not a liar. I'm not a fraud. But yet, these are international claims too nowadays. And without the right evidence presented on my behalf, how can I make these claims better known? You see, how can I do that? How? Availing myself on the internet? That's one way. I could actually perhaps talk to people, but I have to be careful how and who and why and what and how I do this, because like I said before, like knocking on the door, I don't want to just knock on a stranger's door, on a neighbor's door. It's not like giving them email and they say, "You've got mail." No, they say, "You've got bipolar." So there you go. I'm not going to just knock on a neighbor's door and present myself, introduce myself. Instead of me having mail, I've got bipolar, according to what the label and the statistical, the front of what the label says. It's not always true. So I'm not just going to go look into all this myself. I cannot, because this is the real reality that I have. There's there are actors, there are doctors, there are lawyers that also have mental illness, but yet they are very successful people. And I know this, but I just don't have the right the evidence. When I have that evidence, if I can get that evidence, any of that evidence, I would be very grateful and happy to have that evidence, because I put up over 1,300 videos on my YouTube channel. And this took a lot of time and some effort on my end, and I did it for years now. I've been online for years. And what am I getting for this? Thanks for coming in the class. Goodbye. Wow. And then all those royalties, all that compensation, all that money, it just goes to other sources. Other sources that didn't deserve this, that didn't achieve it. They don't deserve it because they did not achieve this success. This is also work that I did. I consider this work. You know how like the president that used to be president and might be president again, the Republican Party claims that work is good ethics, work is good for you. That president I'm talking about, giving reference to, he values work, Donald Trump. I did work for this, but I did a service for my teacher that I was uncompensated for. It's a work. I did the work for this, Shenmue. I did the work for it. So, and the reason I'm bringing up, Donald Trump is because in Michigan, it's different here. It's different here now. And, I'm not going to say why, but it's just, there's a lot of that going on, there's family and friends that are all into politics. I don't like getting involved in politics personally. For my own personal reasons, I don't like getting involved in politics really. But at the same time, I did contribute these moves, what I contributed. I don't like to voice my opinion politically. I don't like to take sides. You can call me a Dino Rhino or a Rhino Dino or both or neutral, because I don't like to side with any of these politics, honestly. In fact, I don't even believe the politics as credible people for everything they claim. I don't agree with everything they claim. It don't matter if they're Republican or Democrat. I don't like to believe that politics say everything and do everything. I don't believe they're like politics. They say they're good people. Some of these people, it doesn't mean they are. I don't think they're all deserving of the credibility that they would give you the front and would want you to believe that they are deserving of the credibility. You see, but I'm giving the truth here about why I deserve my credibility. And I have to speak it out, why I'm deserving of my credibility. And why is that? I've had the body of this Shenmue character, and in fact, I was about 5'6" when I had this talent. I was not 5'9" yet at the time. When I turned 18, I became 5'9". Should be in my medical records. But I had the body, I had similar face, I had a similar, even hairstyles, hairline at the times. I didn't take many pictures of myself. There's very, very minimal amount of evidence out there about me being this likeness of Shenmue. There were some pictures of me at a karate tournament that were like stolen or they vanished from my possession. And, there's nothing I can do about that. They might be in somebody's possession now. And I would appreciate if all this evidence that I'm speaking of, these pictures and these these videos, VHS tapes of me doing these moves. I can remember me doing the 3-kick strings many times. I did dragon spin before, once or twice, maybe 3 times in one video, or once, I don't know. But I did it perfectly, where Ryozuki puts his elbow out, and then he uses his other arm, and then like an opposite, you know, does a dragon spin. It's kicking with the shin. It's like a cartwheel kick. I did that at the Dojang's floor without a bag, without doing it on an opponent, and landing right back on my feet. The way I did dragon spin probably is so perfect that, you know, not many people did it the way I would do it. And now that I really, you know, think about that. So I've done that. I've done cyclone kick, windmill kick, done all kind of things that they should have been on these VHS tapes. I don't know how much evidence is out there of what I've done, but I did do these things. And, you know, I did combining of all these moves with certain moves that are really good moves. I did it. To me, that's how they extracted my fight choreography from these VHS tapes and put it into the computer system, into making Shenmue. They extracted that and put that and made Shenmue what it is. And they also made Tekken's character Bandai Namco Jin Kazama what it is. These are my claims. This is what I'm presenting to the people. This is what I'm presenting to the courts that need to be presented to correctly. And it's just the fact that I know I've earned this, and the fact that I don't have nothing more to claim nowadays. I have been through so many little plots. To me, it's like, you know, I'm living in a, you know, it's just, you know, I'm living like crap because I don't have what I earned. And for me to get a job, I would get a job, but I also still have these ambitions to be in the martial arts Hollywood industry, in the martial arts industry, all this. I still have these ambitions to be this way. But, you know, it's like I'm in a circle that is not acknowledging me. The circle acknowledges everybody else in the circle. See? And if they acknowledge everyone else in their circle but me, that's also discrimination. Thank you. I'm Retro Zucchini 1.